Welcome back. Got a few more pickups since the last clips. Finally, in this video, we might actually be up to date with everything. So I've got 2, 4, 6, 7 pickups to run through. So I'll just get straight into it. The last one, I think we had the PSP games, joined by my loyal companion here. So the first one we paid a tenner on. So it's inside here. So this was like a little two-parter. There was a console and a loose game. So the loose game, I paid, I think it was like £2 on that. So Cooking Mama 4, trades in for like £5. Don't have the case. I thought I did have the case, that's why I bought that. But anyway, this is the main reason I bought it. Game Boy Advance SP console. Nice condition. The seller said they're not sure if it works, so they sold it to me for £7. It's showing signs of life. I don't know if you can see it. When I flick it on, the power's coming on for like a little second, but because obviously there's no power in it, it's not turning on fully. I thought I had a charger for this, but I think I've traded it in with the DS console. So I've ordered a new one. They're only £3 on eBay if you get just like a universal generic one. Pretty high hopes that this will work. It is the, what is it, the AGS 001 console. Again, £7 on that. I'm pretty confident it's going to work, so that's like at least like 40-50 quid on that if I don't bundle it with any games, that is. Next one, so this is a bit of a weird one. We've got Pokemon Violet on the Switch. I actually bought this a couple of videos ago. I bought Pokemon Violet, and when the parcel arrived, it was actually Pokemon Violet, the case, but inside the actual case was Animal Crossing. So I messaged the seller and was like, "You've sent me the wrong game here. I've got the right case but the wrong cart." He apologised, voice break. He apologised, and he was like, "Oh, I'll send the right game out to you with the other case. You can just keep it." And like, obviously these are like 20 quid games each. I've since sold the Animal Crossing loose for 22.50. I paid £7 on this originally, and then he was trying to cover the postage as well, but I was like, I'll cover the postage because he's already sort of given me a free game, which I was a bit like, should I take? But I was like, why not? He's offering it. So yeah, paid £7 on pretty much Pokemon Violet and Animal Crossing. Like I said, Animal Crossing sold for 22.50. This will go for 22.50, 25 quid, something like that. So £7 into like 40 quid. I can't argue at all. I was happy doing £7 into like the 25, but yeah, he threw in the free game, so who am I to deny it? And next one, Wii bundle. Don't really pick up as much Wii stuff now because I'm finding every time that I'm picking up Wii bits, a lot of the time they are scratched, but £8 paid on these 5 games. Get through the fodder first. The Cube, Monopoly, and then these 3 were the reason I bought it. Mario Galaxy, Smash Bros Brawl, and Pokemon Battle Revolution. Just going to turn this TV off because it's giving glare. But yeah, £8 paid on those. That's worth it in itself. They do have a bit of scratches on. They might accept it in CEX, but I might just keep hold of these because I've got like a good little Wii pile at the minute. I've got a console that I just need a power cable, which seems to be like gold dust to find at the minute. It's from a Wii console that I found a while back, but the plug was like broken, one of the prongs was broke on it, so I need a new power cable in order to sell that on. So yeah, pretty sure I mentioned it on some of my last videos. We've been having house viewing, so I've had to like tidy up a little bit. Put a lot of things into the glass cabinet, but I did mention that I might start collecting a little bit more for the PS4, and we kind of have done that inadvertently. Still got a massive stack down there, the trade pile. There's a lot of PS4 games on there. Let's have a look. So we've got sort of your classic Spider-Mans and Tekken Sackboys in there, Jurassic World, Resident Evil 4's in there. But yeah, got a load of stuff in the trading pile. But I've kept some of the more notable ones that I might actually want to play at some point. That God of War, just still haven't played it. I've got 2 of them on there for some reason. There's one at the bottom there, but yeah. This is what the sort of like PS4 collection, not really a collection, is looking like. So yeah, there's an update. There's loads of bevies. Next one, Switch bundle. So we paid £9.30 on this for some reason. So basically £3 each. 3 Switch games. You've got FIFA 23, which still has a bit of decent value in it. Among Us, and Hello Neighbour. All well worth £3 and above. So yeah, paying £3 each for those, take that. They'll probably just go as trade-in. I'm thinking of buying the Ray-Ban Meta glasses. They could go off for the car boots and CEX purchases. But yeah, I'm thinking of getting the Meta glasses because they're just like more covert than having the DJI. Because if I get like a mount for the DJI, it's going to be on a backpack on a mount over my shoulder, hanging over like this, kind of like walking around like that. So I'd rather just have something on there that's a bit more covert, and yeah, I might actually film the car boots and stuff like that then. But yeah, we'll see. Probably not a wise decision coming to the end of car boot season, but hey ho. Anyway, next pickup. £20 paid on these four, so £5 each. Rayman Rabbids. Another Minecraft. That's what's that? So that's one more to the pile, and we've already got 1, 2, 3, 4 Minecrafts in the trading pile down here. So yeah, hoarding Minecrafts at the minute, but like I said, they've got like £18 trading, so I'll take that. If I'm getting the Meta glasses, just rinse those, and there's about half of it. Next one, let's build a zoo. My partner is more than likely going to be interested in that, so may keep that for her, see if she wants it before I flip it. And then all the money back on Sonic as it Superstars. £20 paid, should be able to get at least 20 for that. So there's the money back, free trading on the other ones, and a little gift from my partner. Why not? Next one, £2 paid on this one. Came with a little freebie. Not sure if they meant to put it in or not, but we'll see. £2 on that Jedi Survivor. Never played any of these. I do want to give it a go. I've picked up Star Wars Outlaws in the last video. Have you seen that? Or was it this video? I'm not sure. But yeah, I've heard good things about these. They're like the Star Wars open world games. Sounds up my street, to be fair. I like Star Wars, like open world games, just never played them. Heard good reviews, so maybe I'll give this a go for £2. And then there's also Spider-Man inside the case. Again, not sure if they meant to include that, but we'll take it as a freebie. Yeah, £2 paid on that. Take that all day. And finally, well, not finally, second to finally, Resident Evil Outbreak. It's a pretty nice one. Got that for £3. Free postage as well. It's one of those sort of eBay Vinted listings where I think the seller's like a new seller and they offer free postage. Always nice because it keeps the cost down. So £3 for the item, and I only paid an extra 85p for the buyer's fee, free postage. So £3.85 complete with the Granger Games sticker on there as well. Didn't have one personally, but I think they had one seemingly everywhere else apart from my hometown. But yeah, £3 on that. It's like a good sort of 10 to 15 quid game, so I'll probably look to just flip that back for like 10 quid, something like that. Make a bit of profit on it. And then finally, we've got a monster of a Switch bundle, which will probably be the thumbnail of this video. So we've got all these Switch games. I come to do thumbnails sometimes, and I'm like pulling faces, holding things weird, so we're just going to do that. I'll hold that for a little bit. But yeah, anyway, so we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 Switch games. We paid £80 on this, so what's that, £8 a game? Originally it was 9 games, and then they found another one during the packing process and just chucked it in, which was a pretty good one as well, can't even argue. It was Pokemon Let's Go Eevee. That's like a 30 odd quid game in itself, so there's half the sort of value already. Let's run through the rest. Zelda Skyward Sword HD, another 30 quid game. The most foddery one of the lot, Plants vs Zombies, but again, being a Switch game, it's still going to have like 10 to 15 quid value. Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, another 27, 30 quid game. Another Pokemon Violet, I think, or was this just the one that I had? No, I've got the other Pokemon Violet here. So we've got another Pokemon Violet. Luigi's Mansion 3, picked that up a million times. That goes for £19.50 pretty frequently. Should really give that a go. That would be a good one for the plane, but we'll see. Splatoon 3. Super Mario Maker 2, another one I've had about a million times and sold. Goes pretty frequently for about 20 quid. Pokemon Legends Arceus. That's a decent one that holds a lot of value. It's like 30, 35 quid game. And Cult of the Lamb. I've I've heard of this one before, seen it, but never picked it up before. It's not really a common one to see. Same in CX, don't really see it on the shelves either. So, yeah, bit of a rare one. I think that goes for like 38 quid in CEX. So, again, nearly every single game is at least 20 quid each. So, quick maths, 200 quid in value at least. Some are 30 quid games, so 200 to 250 quid worth of games there for 80 quid. So yeah, not a bad little pickup at all. These are so easy to flip. The hardest part about these is actually getting them. The competition's so sort of ripe for them. Ripe, one of the two. But yeah, because they are so small, they're easy to send. They're in demand, and they're quite available as well, because nearly every person's kid has got one or had one at one point, and then the Switch 2's come out. People are selling them thinking that they don't work for the Switch 2, or just putting them towards Switch 2 games. You've seen a lot of listings now where it's like Pokemon Let's Go Eevee Switch 1 game, but it's like it just works on all the Switches. So yeah, not too sure if it's like a knowledge gap for people or what, but yeah, a lot of people are just getting rid of these a lot of the time for like 5 quid each. Like I said, we paid 8 quid each on these, but with a lot of these being sort of higher price titles like the Zeldas, Pokemons and stuff, happy to pay 8 quid all day on them each. So yeah, that should flip into a nice little 200, 250. I assume by the time I edit this video, I'll probably have sold for pretty much all of these, because again, they fly out the door as soon as you list them. As long as you're listing them for like a couple of quid less than what they seem to be going, or seem to be listed for. Say if there's loads of listings for 25, I'll typically put mine for like 22.50. I don't mind taking that £2.50 hit if it means mine's going to sell the next day. I can get my money, flip it again, go and reinvest it back into more stuff. So again, that's how I work. I've said it many times on this channel. I like to buy things for cheap, flip them cheaper than the going rate, quick money, keep reinvesting, keep going. Speaking of reinvesting and flipping and all that stuff, we'll fire up eBay. Current total is, if you can see that, I don't think you can, and I've just locked the screen. 10,000, what's that, 838. So we're currently on, since not happening today, the 29th of August. So I said a few videos ago, my aim was to be at 10,000 by the 20th of September, 21st of September, just before I go away on my holiday. And yeah, we're on 10.8k, something like that already. So we're nearly at 11 grand before we've even hit September. Once I list those, that's going to hit 11 grand. So yeah, we're well above targets. I wanted to hit 10k for the year, or above 10k for the year, which is what I did last year, which I've spoke about before as well. So again, we're well on the way. We've still got Q4 Christmas to come. Everyone's going to have clear outs. I'm going to be clearing up on Vinted. I think last December, November, December was like my best time for both pickups and sales. So yeah, we've got a lot of money to make yet, and a lot more pickups to come as well. So speaking of eBay as well, I wanted to go through a couple of big sales that we've had. I'm not sure if I've covered it, but I did have the Deep Fear for Sega Saturn that I picked up, 2 loose discs. That was mad, £5 paid on them. We sold those for £175 all in. Well, all in was 200 with the postage, because the buyer was from the Netherlands, so it went via GSP. So yeah, £175 I think after eBay's little cut, and then taxes took out as well. I think I got about, I don't know, 130, 140, so not ideal, like, but we'll take it still. 130, 140 from £5 paid, take that all day. And the next one we sold, one that was in the background of my videos, Fire Emblem for the GameCube. Picked it up, I'm not gonna lie, pretty much picked it up for the clout, because it's GameCube rarities, one of the most expensive games on the GameCube. No interest in it, I haven't touched it since I bought it. What's the point in keeping it? Like I said, I've got a holiday coming up to LA. It's an expensive place to go to, lots of shops. I like my clothes, I like games, all this sort of, and I like Target. Well, I say I like Target, I've never been, but I like M&M's, peanut butter M&M's, Reese's Pieces, all that sort of stuff. So something's got to fund them. Unfortunately, it's the Fire Emblem that's making the cut this time. But yeah, again, what's the point in me having something up there that I'm never going to play when I could enjoy myself on holiday, an extra 200 quid, which is, we sold it for 170, I think I had it for. yeah, or 179, something like that. So again, nearly 200 quid. So we made like 400 quid revenue on 2 games. Yeah, we'll take that before a holiday anytime. Still got a couple of big hitters up there. We still got Gotcha Force, Skies of Arcadia, and Pokemon XD. Again, these two kind of fall into the same sort of category as Fire Emblem, of not really any sort of bothers given about them. Don't think I'll ever play them, to be honest. So they might make this little chop as well. So yeah, we'll see. Pokemon, I've wanted that for a while, so that'll probably stay. But yeah, got the PS2 horrors up there as well that might be quaking in the boots at the recent sales as well, but we'll see. Anyway, on to the next clip. Thanks for watching again. I'll get testing the Game Boy Advance SP. Again, if that comes by the time I've edited this video, I'll give you a little notifier if that works or not. Maybe chuck a little video in if it's loading up. But yeah, nice one for watching again. Like, subscribe, all the good stuff. Plenty more stuff to come. I've still got loads more orders coming. We've picked up loads already today, and then I think we've still got, let's have a look, in progress. We've still got these to come, so there's a good like 8 to 10 sort of orders there. Still kind of in a bit of a weird place with 2 of my orders, the ones that were getting sent back and refused and all that sort of stuff. There's like 150 quid Switch bundle that's just been like back and forth to the warehouse. That one seems like it's getting sent back to the seller, and luckily the seller's quite sound, so they've said they'll actually like relist it and let me buy it. I think after all the sort of hassle and that, it'd be a shame not to just go through with the sale now, so hopefully I can just pick that one back up again. But yeah, when we get that all sorted, we'll get a video going. So again, like, subscribe, nice one for this. Thanks for watching again, and see you later. See you in the next one, whatever we pick up. I'm sure it'll be something good. See you later.